Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pick Dawgz, and you're here for your free picks for Wednesday, May 3rd. Once again, guys, we have quite a busy week, and on Wednesday, we actually have a lot of games going all the way from the EPL to the DFB Pokal in Germany. And in this video, I have 10 free picks for you, and it should be quite an exciting day. Of course, if you want more free picks from different sports, go to the Pickdawgz YouTube channel and check it out, guys. Just make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. For the first EPL game, guys, we have Liverpool hosting Fulham, and this should be quite an interesting game because both sides have been doing well. But Fulham has lost their EPL game against Manchester City 2-1. However, they were quite competitive in that game and they put up a decent fight. While Liverpool on the other side might be very, very good offensively, but their defense is still a bit shaky, and I think that could be potentially the opportunity for Fulham here to get a positive result or at least get on the scoreboard, which I think is going to happen, guys. And I'm going to keep this one simple. I'm not going to try to go with over 2.5 because I know that this over 2.5 streak both teams are on has to end at some point, but I definitely do see at least a goal on each side. So Liverpool Fulham, I'm going to go with both teams to score, guys, at minus 120. For our next game in the EPL, guys, we have Manchester City playing against West Ham, and this is potentially another very good game. Like I said, Manchester City coming off of another win against Fulham, and at the moment they are at the top of the table. But we'll see what's gonna happen after that Arsenal-Chelsea game. West Ham lost to Crystal Palace on a Saturday. It was 4-3. It was quite an amazing game, guys. We saw a ton of goals, a ton of great chances, and it could have been at least two more goals, but it was an exciting game, and that is the second loss that West Ham has suffered in a row. First they lost to Liverpool, now they lost to Crystal Palace, and they better get their form back on the line because they are playing in the Conference League semi-finals next week, and they definitely need to kind of be at the top of their game for that match. As far as Manchester City goes, guys, the top team in the EPL, one of the best teams in the world. 14 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss at home. They haven't lost any of their last 18 games. That's an amazing run. And they haven't lost any of their last 6 home games against West Ham. However, I do think that West Ham is definitely good enough to get on the scoreboard here because I believe that Manchester City might be thinking about that Champions League semi-final match already somewhere in the back of their heads, and they might be resting some players. They might be giving a chance to some of the players who have been sitting on the bench. And for that reason, guys, I'm gonna go with both teams to score at over 2.5 at plus 133. If you want even more money, I would go with Manchester City money line and or both teams to score. That should get you even deeper into the plus money. Now we are moving on to LaLiga, guys, and we have this Valencia against Villarreal, and I'm very sorry to say, but Valencia is sinking deeper and deeper. They are struggling quite a lot, and I'm honestly not sure what we can expect from them for the remainder of the season. They are in the relegation zone right now. They are not having a good time, and it's not gonna be a fun end of the season for them unless they can get some consistency. It's gonna be very hard for them to stay in the league. Villarreal had a very good game against Celta Vigo. They were solid offensively. Once again, they conceded a goal, but you know what? As long as they have the offense to compensate for that, they will be doing good. And they are still now in the Champions League race. So Villarreal has a lot to play for in this game, but then again, so does Valencia. And for that reason, guys, I'm going to go with both teams to score at over 2.5, plus 105. It doesn't seem that either side can keep a clean sheet, and I think it's going to stay that way in this game as well. So Valencia against Villarreal, both teams to score, and over 2.5 goals. In the next matchup, guys, Atletico Madrid is hosting Cadiz, and this should be a very interesting game as well because Atletico Madrid is still trying to get to that second place and take over from Real Madrid, but even though they might be in a bit of a better form right now, they're playing really well, they're heavy favorites here. Cadiz has a lot to fight for as well because they're still very close to the relegation zone, and with another win or at least a couple more draws, they will be safe. I'm just not sure they can get that out of this game. Atletico Madrid at home has been incredibly good. Their overall form as of late has been really, really good, and they have been playing quite the attractive football. And I'm not sure what happened to Diego Simeone this season, but if he decided to do that a couple seasons before, I believe that they might have had maybe a couple more trophies in their cabinet. But like this, they were mostly focused on defending, and yet we can see that this season they can definitely do a lot better than that. So in this game, I'm gonna go with Atletico Madrid over 5.5 shots on target, minus 150. I think it's gonna be another a great game from them, and I think that they will have a ton of chances and at least 6 shots on target in this game. So Atletico Madrid over 5.5 shots on target. Now we are moving on to the DFB Pokal matchup, guys, between Stuttgart and Eintracht, and this could be a very, very interesting game because Stuttgart is coming off of a nice win against Borussia Mönchengladbach in Bundesliga, and they were actually quite solid on both ends in that game, while Eintracht on the other side, I don't know, they just seems like they can't beat anyone right now, and they even couldn't beat Augsburg at home in their latest Bundesliga game. Before that, they got destroyed by Borussia Dortmund 4-0. And it seems that this DFB Pokal is their only hope to get something out of this season. This is a single leg matchup, guys, and it's gonna be quite an interesting one because there's no reverse fixture. We have a potentially overtime and potentially a penalty shootout as well. And even if we do, I just can't go with Eintracht anymore. I've been giving them so much credit as of late. I've been taking them as bets. I've been taking them to win. I've been taking them to get positive results, to score goals, and it just wasn't happening. And now they haven't won any of their last 4 games, while Stuttgart hasn't lost any of their last 5 games. And Eintracht also hasn't won any of their last 9 games on the road. So in this game, guys, I gotta take Stuttgart to advance to the finals. It's minus 133. I think it's definitely good enough. I would like it to be a little bit more closer to even money, but minus 133 for Stuttgart to qualify, I'll take it, guys. Now we are moving on to the Serie A, and the first game we have to talk about is between Verona and Inter. Inter was playing against Lazio on Sunday, and that's a game they won 3-1 after losing 1-0 until the 78th minute or something like that. And then they went on a nice streak. They scored 3 goals. They have beaten Lazio 3-1, and they are slowly getting back to that top 4 and to qualify for the Champions League. They are playing the Champions League semifinals this season, and they will be facing AC Milan next week. Verona has never beaten Inter in the past. Out of the 24 games played since 1996, Inter has 20 wins and we have 4 draws. And Verona also hasn't won any of their last 5 games against Inter. Even though Verona is playing really well right now, they are undefeated in their last 4 games. I don't think that they will have a good chance here. Inter now, when they finally caught a good form, when they finally are on a nice positive streak, they have to keep it going because it's going to be very helpful for them in the Champions League against Milan. And for that reason, I'm going to keep this one simple, guys. I'm taking Inter on the money line. It's minus 141, and I think this price is definitely good enough for us to get a nice winner out of this game. Now we are moving on to Juventus against Lecce, and Juventus has been struggling quite a lot as of late, and now it's time to kind of change that and to get back on the winning track because they are playing in the Europa League against Sevilla in the semifinals, and to face Sevilla in the knockouts of the Europa League, that's not gonna be an easy task for them, and they better get back on the winning track. They better get that old form they were in back. And even though they're in 3rd place of Serie A right now, and even though they were given those 15 points, they were deducted back, which in the end they might still be deducted. They are in the Champions League spot right now, but with the competition in Serie A being so strong, that spot is far from secure, guys. And Juventus simply has to go for the win here. And when playing at home against Lecce, they haven't lost any of their last 7 games. So, and overall, their record this season at home is pretty good with 11 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. So, in this game, guys, I'm gonna take Juventus -1. It's -107. I definitely love the price because basically -1 means that if Juventus wins by a goal, we are getting a push, and if they win by 2 or more, we are gonna get a winner. And I think that they are gonna win by at least 2 goals. So I'm taking Juventus -1. In the next game, guys, we have Lazio against Sassuolo, and it seems that Lazio has lost all the momentum they had after losing to Torino 1-0 at home. They lost to Inter on the road 3-1, and now this is the 2-game losing streak against the team that has been playing really well, against the team who beat Empoli 2-1 on Sunday, and that was after they conceded a red card. So we know that this Sassuolo team has a lot of offense, and they have been playing really well as of late. I'm gonna go with goals in this one. I'm not confident that Lazio can get a win here, especially this -148 price. That's definitely not worth taking. So I decided to go with both teams to score an over 2.5 +118. I think that's an outstanding price, guys, and I think we're gonna see a lot of goals in this one, and I think it's gonna be quite the exciting football match between these two sides in Serie A. So Lazio, Sassuolo, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Now we have a pick between Milan and Cremonese, guys. Cremonese still, actually, they are no longer at the bottom of the table. They're in 19th place, but they will be getting relegated, and there's just no way around it. This team, they got to the, Coppa Italia semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken, and then they got knocked out by Fiorentina, but overall, a very disappointing season for them. As far as Milan goes, they have 4 draws in their last 6 games, and their latest draw was against Roma, which ended in a 1-1, and both goals we saw in the last couple of minutes of the game. I think that Roma scored in the 93rd, and then Milan scored in the 94th or 95th minute, and it was quite the exciting finish of that game. Now, like I said, Milan is playing in the Champions League against Inter next week, and they need to get back on the winning track. They need to get their offense going because they have been a bit stagnant, and there's no better team to do that than Cremonese, guys. So I'm gonna give Milan a shout out here, guys. I'm gonna go with Milan to win and over 2.5 goals. It's +114. That stagnant offense has to stop at some point. They have to get back to scoring goals, and I think it's gonna happen in this game against Cremonese. And the last game is Serie A, guys, that we have to talk about is between Monza and Roma. Now, Monza is playing against Leverkusen in the Europa League semi-finals next week, and they have quite a hard schedule because they're playing against Monza in this game, then they're playing against Inter over the weekend, and then they're playing against Leverkusen in that Europa League semi-final matchup. Monza on the other side is now on a 3-game winning streak, and during this 3-game winning streak they kept a couple of clean sheets. They have been scoring goals, they have been playing well, but I think that Roma is the better team here by far, and I think it's going to be quite a tactical matchup here. I think that Roma might sit back a little bit and focus on the counter-attacks, and I honestly think that should bring them the win. So in this game, I'm taking Roma on the money line. It's +114. Every positive result you get before the semi-finals of a big competition such as Europa League or the Champions League is important. It keeps your spirits up, it keeps the morale high between players and everybody in and around the club, and I think that's what's going to happen to Roma as well. So I'm going to go with Roma on the money line. That's it, everyone. These were your 10 free picks for Wednesday, May 3rd. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for taking the time to watch these videos. I appreciate it, guys. Feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos, and I will be more than happy to answer any of the questions you might have. And of course, feel free to check out the rest of the free picks up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel. That's it. Have a great day, and good luck with your bets.